Hi everybody, welcome to another exciting stream on Bowtie Gaming 14. It's time for more balls! I mean Pokemon Legends Arceus. Last time we left off, we started the game and explored the first region, and now, after tooling around for like an hour straight, let's go progress the plot. Or I'm tempted to do it more. Tooling around at the speed of sound. There's many strong Pokemon that make their home on the other side of this bridge. I can't let you pass unless you're a... Oh, you're at that rank. Go on. Okay, so you can't even get past this until you've got a 1-star. Don't let your guard down. Retreat to safety if you find yourself in trouble. Welcome on into balls. I mean, Pokemon Legends Arceus. Over here. This here is Gabby, a new face in the village. Not that it matters to me if you're new. You're here, I assume you're prepared to be of help. I'm one of the wardens of the Diamond Clan. You may call me Mime. I suppose you might not know what a warden is if you're new to the area. But such talk and wait. Right now, I'd rather get straight to the point. I have a problem that I need help solving, so the more important question is this. Do you feel confident that you can lead your Pokemon in battle? That's good to hear. That security corps of yours certainly wasn't up to the task. Pokeballs Legendary Season. This here is my partner, Munchlax. We were raised together like siblings. He battles at my side by choice without needing any silly balls like you use. Watch and learn. You peasants and your balls. Okay, so if you don't have a Pokemon at least at level 10, you're screwed. Kick his ass! It's like, and he's dead. This is going great. This is going really great. Alright, we did it! But at what cost? You really aren't one of those usual galaxy buffoons if you can defeat my partner. Well fought, Munchlax. I'll take care of the Pokemon that battled for us. Well, at least there's that. And I'll let you have these. You people make all kinds of things with your crafting, don't you? These should prove to be useful materials. You and your Pokemon fought well together. You practically acted as one with them. Rather like the legendary hero of old, the one we tell the stories of to our children. I think you're indeed the one for the job. You see, I need someone to deal with an alpha Pokemon causing trouble on Deer Track Heights. It's a large, fearsome foe like any alpha, but you'll come, won't you? To Deer Track Heights? Your ARC phone is beeping. This strange thing of yours telling you where to go? Ah, it's some serious, curious kind of map. Is that one of those Galaxy Team inventions I keep hearing about? Certainly does seem to show the way to the heights up ahead. I'll leave this bit to you. You shouldn't have any problem handling an alpha. Seems you're quite the asset to the Survey Corps, new one. Though, before we continue, I must ask, do you already know about the almighty Sinnoh? The what? I suppose it's to be expected. Allow me to sketch out the basics. Almighty Sinnoh steers all time. It's said to have created the very universe using its power over time's flow, and this land was born in the process. It's by the grace of the almighty Sinnoh that Pokemon can live and thrive here. We of the Diamond Clan are descendants of a people who crossed the sea and settled here in the region to venerate almighty Sinnoh. However, it stole from the world long ago, hiding itself from our sight. Almighty Sinnoh has only rarely been seen by any human if the old tales are to be trusted. But there's still Pokemon today in the region with a connection to the almighty Sinnoh, and it's the duty of wardens like myself to attend to their needs. The Pokemon that graze Deer Track Heights is one of those honored few. It's directly descended from a Pokemon that was blessed with almighty Sinnoh's protection. Follow me, and you may understand. Ooh, bug Pokemon. Holy shit! Go get him! Spawn demon thing! Shit! Get him, you Shigs! You stupid Shigs! Kick its ass! Why am I here? Just to suffer? Oh no! Shit! What am I doing? Oh, these are Pokemon? Okay. Didn't know what the heck that one was. Looked like a spawn of Satan for a second. We defeated the evil! Good job! I'll let you live for now, you stupid birds. You, on the other hand, you're dead. Haha! D is for die! And C is for captured. Give me the plants. Get back here, you stupid bug! You'll never escape me! Starring, you're terrible at this. No, I'm not! I swear I'm not terrible! Don't believe him. Remember to grab these tumblestones before I forget. And also these nuts. How suggestive is this franchise? You got nuts and balls. What were they thinking? Get him, Shinx! Insta kill! Insta kill! Ooh, the bird can evolve! Or bird up as they refer to it as. Ooh, Demon Bird! It evolved into a Staravia. Kick its ass! Well, he's dead. Go bird Pokemon! Get him! Oh shoot, it's an alpha. Run! Save yourself! Get the bad Pokemon! Don't insta-kill it, darn it! Can't believe you've done this. Get the bat! We got the bat! Alright, time to evolve the Shinx. Turn into a Luxio. Who looks mighty pissed. I just like how they skitter on the ground. Weep! Evil bird. Oh, I see. You can only keep up to 15 item types. Time to diminish the bat population. Evil bug Pokemon. Oh! Random Geodude. Alright! We got a rock! Boop! Kick its ass! That's not what I meant by kick its ass! This is what you get for bullying my Pokemon! Rats! Alright! Ooh, I can evolve the owl! Turn into Dartrix! Okay, there is a sword button, nice. You cheating piece of crap! Wow, even that far away you can tell it's a Geodude. Wow. Ooh, is that a wild Pikachu? Get the Pikachu! We got the Pikachu! We fulfilled the franchise mascot quota. Ooh, crab. We killed the crab. Get the crab. We got the crab. Let's drop the mushroom. Oh my, big crab, big crab, big crab. Okay, cures paralysis, cures drowsiness, cures burn. Just chuck a rotten thing at it, my gosh. Well, may the odds be ever in your favor, Dartrix. Every man in Pokemon for themselves! There's actually a thing in the Pokedex for giving it food. That's funny. And the other one's like, oh, shoot! The satchel was sent back to Andy. Thanks for helping. Okay, merit points can be exchanged at that particular trading post. Oh, so even your professor decided to join us. Thank goodness I got here in time. As a Pokemon researcher, I could hardly miss out on a chance to observe an alpha now, could I? I suppose this is your business. Fine, as long as you stay out of the way. This is Deer Track Heights. This is where I've long come to pay tribute to a special Pokemon. A Pokemon descendant from one of the ancients blessed by the almighty Sinnoh. That's not it. That's only a troublemaker here to disturb the peace with its racket. And that's why you're here, to drive the interloper from this place. I'll ensure your Pokemon are ready for battle. Upon my word, what a large specimen. Little wonder alpha Pokemon are feared across the land as if they're oversized as this one. Exactly, they're not only big though, they're strong and may know moves that others of their kind don't. They're not to be trifled with, let me tell you. Nevertheless, I believe you're stronger than this alpha, so go show it, beyond any mistaking. Be careful, size is a potent weapon in of itself. No doubt this alpha is a powerful and hardy foe. If you must face it, make sure your Pokemon have some strong moves at their disposal. You can talk to the Pokemon. Aw. Press the Y button to check the action order. It shows which Pokemon will take their upcoming turns. Okay, so basically an initiative order. Cricketune. You asshole! Haha! You really are an impressive one, aren't you? Seeing someone best in Alpha like that, it truly reminds me of the legendary hero of old. We best make sure your Pokemon are taken care of after facing off against such a foe. Whoa! What in the world? It's the Great Wardeer! It looks upon you with kindness. I'd say the Great Wardeer is taking a liking to you. That's fortunate. He's an esteemed Pokemon that can dash across the expanses of the continent while bearing a human on its back. A human he deems worthy, at least. He's a blessing to us all. Remarkable, truly outstanding stuff. A Pokemon letting someone ride on it. Why, it's just the ride Pokemon of Alola. Professor, I take it things went smoothly? I'm here on the captain's orders. She said we're able to set up a base camp once Gabby takes care of her request. About that, I know this is a joint decision by Adamon and the commander, but still, it's truly fine for us to set up more base camps like this. The region's a land created by the almighty Sinnoh for the sake of its Pokemon. As long as your goal is to coexist and thrive together with the Pokemon, then I imagine you should also be allowed to use the land. The Great Wardeer is taking a liking to Gabby as well. This is a good sign. You have our thanks for what you did today. Our clan leader will hear of how you aided us. I'll come to show my appreciation with a proper reward as soon as I can. If we're to coexist and thrive with Pokemon, we need to know them better. And the first step towards that is completing the Pokedex. The construction corps should be here soon. They'll have our new base camp pitched in no time. There we have it, our new base camp on Deer Track Heights. We call it the Heights Camp. From now on, when you set out from the village, you can ask to be escorted to this base camp to start your excursions directly from here. Having more base camps ought to make our survey work easier, huh? Well, that's that. How about we head to the Wallflower like usual? Okay, I was about to ask about that. I was gonna be like, please don't tell me they screw you out of the Pokemon. No, they don't. It's like almost another level up already. Benny, old chum, the usual potato mochi, please, and make it for 3 today as well. Have you heard the grave news? That frenzied Cleavor from the rumors ended up mauling some of the Galaxy folks who went to investigate it this morning. The medical corps had a hard time getting all the injured back on their feet. Ah, this is the Clever that was reportedly struck by powerful lightning, yes? I heard he's been behaving most erratically since then. Still, if further investigation's in order, the Survey Corps will, of course, step up to the task. A certain amount of danger is inevitable when researching unfamiliar Pokemon, but I'm sure Gabby can handle things. Well, that Clever said to be much stronger than even an Alpha, isn't he? Now, you forget the strengths of Pokemon are key items of info that we of the Survey Corps are duty-bound to research. And since this perilous work of ours calls for a clear head and fighting-fit physique, I believe a good night's sleep is in order after this fine meal. That kid's just like, what are you doing? Like, this poor girl just showed up like a couple days ago and you're gonna get her murdered. Rise and shine! The boss wants you, Kamino. Get yourself to the commander's office, pronto! Did you get a good rest? Look who's punctual. Finally realized you're wasting Almighty Sinnoh's precious time by bowing to a sham? There you go again, insisting on your false image of Almighty Sinnoh as the ruler of time. My people follow the true Almighty Sinnoh, the font of all creation and ruler of space. You could have all the space there is and still not know what to do with it. Excuse me, are you truly suggesting you'll make better use of your time than we make of the space on this continent? Better than some, it's a miracle you showed up on time, oh mighty leader of the Pearl Clan. I worried you got lost in this pointless vast space you're so fond of and never show up. Me get lost in Almighty Sinnoh's great gift of the Pearl Clan and our world's very basis? You wish. I wish I hadn't let myself get dragged into arguing with you. Almighty Sinnoh, forgive me. What a waste of time. I'm off to the commander's office. I believe it was you who started this. Just another day with those two, I see. That man's name is Ottomon. He's the leader of the Diamond Clan. They put a lot of importance on time, as you can probably tell. And the girl is Arita, leader of the Pearl Clan. They're about space. You heard what she called it, right? Our world's very basis. Whenever they run into each other, these same arguments flare up. Seems like they've inherited some bad blood from their predecessors' strife. Ah, well, not our problem. But you'll have problems if you don't get yourself to the commander's office. Now get over there. Just because it definitely seems like it. Wait a moment, male and female Starly have different appearances. Let me see. So the markings on their foreheads are different sizes. Incredible, I had no idea. Thank you for letting me read its Pokedex entry. Now that I know about it, I imagine I might finally bring myself to touch a Starly. Please, if you can find it in your heart, catch a Starly and bring it to me. There's not much a Pokemon in this world so adorable as Starly, I tell you. The smooth curl of the feather on its head, those lovely round eyes. It's lovely through and through. I adore it down to the last feather. Well, hello there, Starly. Want to touch it? No! I think I'm quite satisfied just looking at it from a distance. Besides, it might let loose a move on me. Who outside of the Survey Corps or Security Corps could actually do something so frightful as approach a Pokemon willingly? All the same, I must thank you for showing me this sweet Starly. Some people see a Pokemon and simply flee on sight, you know. Perhaps being able to read all about Pokemon in that Pokedex might put them more at ease. The Starly's just deeply offended. He's like, what the heck, dude? Oh. To the hair salon! Ah, finally, I can take that darn bandana off. Yeah, now you can really pull off a Richter Belmont look. What do you intend to do about that cleaver, Commander Kamato? He might be descended from a warrior of Almighty Sinnoh, but look at the mess he's causing. We can't sit back and let him rage on. You do get right to the point, Adaman. Time wasted is lost. Well, tell me, what would you have us do? Cleaver's a precious lord of the Pearl Clan, is he not? That's the point. My clan can intervene directly where a lord of the Pearl Clan's concerned. If my people were to do something, our two clans might end at the back of each other's throats, just like we used to be. But even folks of the Galaxy team have been wounded, haven't they? Seems someone's gotta do something here. Who then? Would the Diamond Clan have the Pearl Clan bring down one of its own honored nobles? I don't believe I said that, though. Maybe. Or thought it maybe. You might as well have said it, you fool! Look, we don't even know what drove Lord Cleaver into such a violent frenzy. I'd like to know that myself. This is first as far as my clan knows, too. I see you've arrived. This is Gabby, the newest member of the Survey Corps. Ah, I hear from Ma you earned the Wide Deer's favor. Good to finally meet you, stranger from the Rift. I'm Adaman, leader of the Diamond Clan, if you want to be formal. But that's a mouthful, just call me Adaman. If you came from beyond the space-time rift, could you be from the space where Almighty Sinnoh is said to reside? I'm Irida, leader of the Pearl Clan. Caution and foresight are my watchwords, which is why I have trouble believing in such a tale. Could you really have passed through the rift? I have a proposition. Why not send this one to study Cleaver before deciding what must be done? You send this stranger who supposedly fell from the rift to study Cleaver, this newcomer with no experience? Says the leader with almost no experience. Being a good leader isn't a matter of time, it's a matter of embracing the region's vastness without fear. Well, there you have it. If how new you are doesn't matter, then let's give the kid a chance. I'm sold, Commander, let's try this. This should be fun. I'll get to see how good your galaxy folk really are with your weird ways. Putting Pokemon in those strange balls and what have you. And the whole practice bothers me. Almighty Sinnoh made the region vast so Pokemon could live freely throughout. We're meant to stand alongside Pokemon, not count ourselves among them. We don't use the balls from a desire to control Pokemon. Okay, they don't. Yeah, Team Rocket definitely does in the future. Allow us to show you what you can do. This is your mission. I order you to study Cleaver and help us find the truth of the situation. Remember, you're a stranger who appeared one day out of the sky above us. People are naturally suspicious of your presence here. If you wish to be fully accepted and trusted, you must work hard. Work yourself to the very bone. The frenzy of the Lord of the Woods. Well, that's settled. There's no time like the present. The Lord of the Woods Cleaver is descended from a Pokemon that was blessed with Almighty Sinnoh's own power. No other Pokemon you've yet encountered can compare to his strength. Be warned. Listen to me. The Galaxy Expedition Team has come to the region as a group of outsiders. Some might even call us interlopers. We mustn't do anything to threaten our relations with the Diamond and Pearl clans. Understand? Join me downstairs. We'll cover the details of the new mission. Yeah, this kid's gonna have a field day explaining the stories that went on with her while she was gone. Splendid, you came at a good time. I'm looking for a pickling stone, you see. Would you mind lending me a hand? It needs to be the right size to fit atop one of my pickle pots and heavy enough to put a nice firm pressure on the pickles while they're fermenting. But I suppose it'd be hard for me to lift such a heavy thing from the pot. The best thing would be for the stone to lift itself up, actually. I have a rather good idea. There's a Pokemon called Geodude that lives on Deer Track Heights. It'd be perfect for the job. Could you catch one and bring it back for me? I'll head over and wait for you there. But what if I had the Pokemon already? Darn it! The bothersome Bidoof. Ah, good, you're here already. Professor Laventon, the briefing, if you please. Alright, let's get to it. So, I understand you've been requested to find out the cause of Cleaver's frenzied state. But as you're aware by now, it's a mighty thing. Nigh invincible even. The Security Corps tried throwing balls at Cleaver when they were attacked, but I'm afraid they didn't even come close to catching him. It seems he's a far trickier opponent than even those aggressive species of Pokemon that can't be caught outside of battle once they're riled. I'd like to be perfectly clear on this point. The mission will put you in extreme danger. Do you believe you can handle it? Very well, let's go over the particulars. The Diamond and Pearl clans revere their nobles because they believe these Pokemon serve their almighty Sinnoh. They leave offerings to express their gratitude to these Pokemon in locations they call the Noble Seats. So perhaps a good starting point for our research could be to find out what sorts of offerings they normally leave for this Cleaver. We need to speak with you! Listen, the rift in space-time seems like it connects this world to a whole other world. That world might be where the Almighty Sinnoh itself resides. The true Almighty Sinnoh, that is. The one that rules over time. So if you fell through the space-time rift, that means you traveled through time by Almighty Sinnoh's own power. Think of it, you might be swimming in its divine might. Well, I got a favor to ask of you, oh amazing time traveler. Don't just study Cleaver, quell its frenzy. Well, you certainly caught us at a good time, young Adaman. We're just discussing our next steps with regards to the whole Cleaver situation. Oh, you must be the Galaxy Team scholar I've heard about. Good to meet you, Mr. Professor. Share some of that knowledge with me sometime. Now let me elaborate. These Pro Clan types have a lot of respect for Cleaver. You heard his title, Lord of the Woods. I'm sure they'd rather get this under control too, but it's hard for them to come right out and ask those of the Galaxy Team of all people for help. And truth is, we in the Diamond Clan have a similar problem on our hands. A Pokemon dear to us off in the mountains has flown into the same type of frenzy as Cleaver. No, there's certainly bad blood between us and the Pearl Clan, but still, We've all got to share the continent, and that means we ought to tackle our problems together. But there aren't many capable of standing to such powerful Pokemon. You're the best hope we've got. You'll find Cleaver at Grand Tree Arena. That's the very heart of the Heartwood. His warden is a boy named Leon. Leon's a brilliant child, but a bit, sometimes brilliance can be blinding, you know? He'll tell you about his beloved Cleaver, whether you wished him to or not. Anyway, I'm sure you're up to the challenge, so I'll be counting on you. See you later! I'm off to go stuff my face. Wow, he just said his piece and then vanished. He must just value his time that much, I guess. Adamant and Mai weren't wrong, you know. If you're gonna study and perhaps even quell Cleaver, you best start by visiting his abode. Now that we got the Heights camp, it should come in handy to get to Grand Tree Arena. And don't forget to visit the pastures. Choosing your Pokemon team very carefully makes a difference. Alright, I'm off. Wait, we have more exposition! I was kidding, game. Finding yourself unable to pick up materials you come across. Satchel always seeming full. That sounds like you. Be wise to lend me your ear a moment and hear what I have to say. Okay. You can carry around even more in the satchel if you learn the trick to packing things in. I can teach you if you like. What do you say? I like your initiative. 100 Poké-Dollar? Yeah, that's cheap, dude. Okay, yeah, just for one item. And then I'm guessing it just exponentially goes up as time goes on. It's like, as much money as I'm willing to spend on this. Okay, yeah, then it really goes up. Yeah, definitely the last one we're gonna be able to get. Alright, so come back when I got 4,000 Poké-Dollars. Okay, so yeah, that increases our inventory by 15. Or 10. Probably keep that stuff in the storage box for now, because it's mostly crafting items. You there, you seem like you know something about crafting. You think you could help me out with something? I'd be very grateful if you try to craft something using a special recipe that I came up with. So without further ado, here it is. Pokeshi dolls. This is the recipe for what I've named the Pokeshi dolls. I invented them as a special item we can make in the village. I'd love to have you craft one and show it to me. I'm looking forward to see what you come up with. What's this? Why, it's a Pokeshi doll if I ever saw one. Please let me have a closer look. Amazing, just look how smoothly you carve these curves. Your attentive carving shows you put love and care into your handiwork. And these colors, you definitely given it a vivid look, that's for sure. Yes, these hues must be the very shades of your inner strength and passion. Not to mention, this Pokeshi doll is perfectly balanced. At a glance, you think it's sure to fall over, and yet it stubbornly remains upright. Whew! Thank you, I've savored your Pokeshi doll to my heart's content. We use the same recipe, and yet your Pokeshi doll has a completely different feel than mine. Here, I'll give you the doll I made. I took great care in crafting it, so have a look and see how it differs from the one that you made. Listen here, Survey Corps kid, I saw the darndest thing. I was scouring the hardwood for crops we could grow in the fields when I saw it. This Pokemon called Cherim changed its appearance before my very eyes. It was in the evening. The light was getting dim. All of a sudden, its petals closed right back up so it looked like nothing but a flower bud. Wow, I thought I just witnessed the miracle of evolution. But then the next morning I went back to check on it and it was right back to full bloom. But why would it bloom just to close back up? Is that how evolution works, or was the change I saw something different? When you finish Cherim's Pokedex entry, let me have a look, would you? Can Pokemon of the same species really come in different sizes? I know the professor said they do, but I have a hard time believing it until I see a different size one line up side by side. If there really are a Weasel bigger than mine, I'd love to see him alongside the one I have for comparison's sake. And you're a natural when it comes to catching Pokemon, right? I bet you see where I'm going with this. If you catch a Weasel bigger than mine, would you let me have it? I'll make it worth your while. Of course, it's the one that I'm actively using. For the greater good. Good gravy, I never expected you'd bring one so quickly. I'm afraid I'm looking for a bigger one. Then why'd you let me select it, you butthole? Oh wow, those are worth a decent amount of money. How are things, my good friend? I certainly hope you're putting that secret back strike technique I taught you to good use. Either way, I have some super potions here just for you. Oh, think nothing of it. Having the Survey Corps out and about studying Pokemon is great for business, you know. Supporting you now is actually an investment in my own fortunes. And now I must depart. There's ruins that are calling to me. That's a nice springy mushroom if I've ever seen one. I'm glad I chose you for the request. You got what it takes to be a fine mushroom forager. By the by, did you know that springy mushrooms like this one multiply? That's why you'll find them all over the fieldlands. And they're versatile too. Fry 'em, stew 'em, they'll taste great either way. But I digress. Let's get to teaching you the recipe. I'll just use the handy workbench over there. And there you have it, the delectable mushroom cake, beloved by Pokemon far and wide. Just throw one at a wild Pokemon, and if it's particular to a nice mushroom snack, you can bet your bottom toadstool it'll go after the cake lure. You can use that opening to make your getaway, or of course try to catch Pokemon. Here, I'll give you some of my cake lure bases so you can get crafting right away. Now get out there and throw a generous, no, gratuitous number of mushroom cakes to lure Pokemon left, right, and center, you hear? I'm counting on you to make my recipe famous. Mind helping a guy out? I'm after some cherry berries, you know, the shiny red ones. They grow on some of the trees around here, but I don't have any Pokemon that can reach them for me. That's where you come in, friend. Throw one of your balls at a berry tree and your Pokemon will grab the berries for you. Be sure the ball you throw is a Pokemon in it, mind. It'd be a shame to waste an empty ball. If you hand me 3 of the cherry berries you get, I'll give you another handy tip. Thanks, now, here's that handy tip I was talking about. You can throw a berry near wild Pokemon to grab their attention and keep them distracted. Why not give it a try on some of the Cricketot running around here? Ooh, yeah, so slowly progressing the plot, but yeah. Plus, I'm really close to getting to level 3, so that's also another reason why. I didn't realize this Pokemon was a psychic type or has psychic abilities. Alright, just enough for a level up. Level 3! You can now use Great Balls, which will respond to up to a level 40. And you can make Great Balls. Okay, and that's where you need those iron chunks. It's the darn Bidoofs again! I look away for 1 second and the little scoundrels waltz into the village. Oh, this is awful. I'm a complete failure as a member of the security corps. How can I face the captain like this? Now get a hold of yourself, just catch the Bidoof and everything will be fine. But still, 3 Bidoofs is a lot. 2 more than I think I can handle on my own, in fact. I have an idea. I've heard these particular pests get easily distracted if other Bidoof are nearby and end up letting their guard down around humans. So if you bring a Bidoof to draw their attention, I can seize the chance to catch the little troublemakers. Voila, the perfect plan. If we combine forces, we'll get all 3 caught in no time. Distract him, Bidoof! Great going, team! Nice work, that puts all our little troublemakers safe into our custody. Now to give 'em the old heave-ho! Hold on! It'd be a shame to just send these Badoos back into the wild, no? My construction corps could find a use for 'em. You want to keep 'em, but these naughty nibblers have caused so much trouble for the construction corps. They're just Pokemon being Pokemon. How are they supposed to know our village is a strict no-chewing zone? Shows good taste on their part to come all the way here to gnaw on our woodwork, too. But if they're gonna stay here, they're gonna have to help out with work. They got the guts to try getting into the village, plus the teeth to gnash through trees and rocks. Just what our core needs. How about it, little ones? Meals taste better after a day's work, you know? Just what I wanted to hear. I'm not convinced this lot have it in them to do an honest day's work, but if Sank was watching over them, I'm sure it'll work out alright. So I guess that's settled. Thanks again for your help. Say, come on, look at that face. You're not going to turn him away, are you? You heartless monster. Alright, back out in the wilderness. Whenever I say that, I'm always reminded of that one part in Skyward Sword where it's just like, time for it to go into, or like, Bruce is trying to come up with a name for the land. He's like, I gotta come up with his name for this rugged, adventurous wilderness. From now on, we're calling it Grooseland. Even though this is a different universe, this will be known as Grooseland. Get the crab! It's like, we found the crab! The crab has been caught. You knocked that poor bug unconscious. My gosh, it can bounce off the trees, jeez. Get him! Get the bats! You pissed the bat off! I hope you're happy with yourself. Haha, no. Run for your lives! Ooh, big beaver. The bigger Bidoof. Get the beaver. We got the beaver. Get the beaver! Get the smaller beaver! Oh. Random Pichu. Boo! How dare you stupid Pichu! Yeah, that is definitely a demon crab if I've ever seen a demon crab. Onwards to more exploration. No, shoot! You're almost dead. Maybe you should stop jumping off of crap. Don't tell me what to do! Save me! He's like, get back here, you stupid bug Pokemon! Gotcha! Well, even though we can't get it right now, there's some Magikarp. We might be stuck down here. Okay, good, you can warp. I'm just like, this could be a problem. Oh gosh, even bigger beavers. We killed 2 birds. Oh, it's the honeycomb Pokemon. Bigger bunny. You're just like, now I'm gonna boot the game up. Ooh, nice. Get him! Sick him! Ooh, Psyduck. Yeah, look at that Psyduck. It'd be a disaster if I were interrupted sleeping. Sick him! He's just looking at the camera, he's like, please don't. Please don't. I have a life to live, darn it. No! And thus that Psyduck has been lost to the ether. Ooh, a Scyther. It's like, I think I can cross that. We'll find out in a second. Ooh, banana. Hello, small child. I am Leon of the Pearl Clan, the Warden to Cleaver, Lord of the Woods. And you, I've already deduced that you've come here to meet Cleaver. Am I right, aren't I? Of course I am. I can see it so clearly. After all, the powerfully awesome Cleaver has become even more awesomely powerful. Perhaps that strange lightning the other day was Almighty Sinnoh's divine power. But whatever it was, it struck my lord and left him imbued with awesome might. So I must turn you away even if it pains me. It's too dangerous for you to meet Cleaver right now. I'll do anything! Such earnest desire to meet Cleaver. I have to admit I'm struck by your passion. But well, I'm afraid your passion's not the real issue here. I've been told under no uncertain terms by Arita I am to not let anyone near Cleaver. I will fight you off myself if you insist. If you wish to avoid battle, withdraw now while you still can, or face the wrath of my Gumi. You don't even realize I'm turning you away for your own safety. How sad you are. Go, Gumi, and see if you can ooze some good sense over this foolish troublemaker. You kick the shit out of him! No, you insta-killed my Gumi! Nice. How can this be? I might be defeated, but my point still stands. It's too dangerous to meet Cleaver. The only welcome you'll get if you approach is a flurry of devastating blows. Normally, I'd simply try making him an offering, a nice heap of his two favorite foods served up with respect by his local warden. That's me, of course. It's usually enough to please him and soothe the prickliest of moods. But even I, Cleaver's loyal warden, can't get close enough to give any offerings. Not with the way Cleaver's rampaging and running amok. There's nothing that an outsider like you can do. The ancestor of Cleaver, Wydeer, and their cohort drew on Almighty Sinnoh's own power to protect Pokemon and people alike, so it's said. It's by their grace at our clan that any of us still lives in the continent today. Rita, what are you doing here? As you say, Cleaver's grown even stronger, but I'm afraid that strength poses a problem for us. If he was indeed struck by that lightning, could the bolts have sent by that false Sinnoh that the Diamond Clan bows to? Cleaver means so much to the clan. I hope we can bring the situation under control ourselves, not throw up our hands and ask some outsiders for help. But we must save Cleaver from this frenzy. Every moment it continues, the danger grows. If more people and Pokemon are attacked, it'll lead to conflict with both the Diamond Clan and the Galaxy team. You, stranger from beyond the sky, tell me, could you Galaxy people actually fix all this? Could an outsiders actually find a way to quell our Lord's frenzy? Very well. Leon and I will gather foods that please Cleaver in hopes we might be able to get close enough to make a proper offering. As for you, find a way to quell his frenzy, even if you must search every corner of the continent. Your ARC phone is beeping. Mysterious power now enables you to return to base camps in an instant. We got a Scyther! Every single time it's like, oh, this enemy's level 40. I'm like, yep, nope. Dartrix! Good to see you. How's your research in Cleaver going? Swimmingly, I expect? Oh, is that so? Now, that's quite the tidbit. So a serving of his favorite foods will normally make Cleaver quite agreeable, is that it? I need to mull this over back at the lab. You should come along. So according to the info you were able to learn from Arita and Leon of the Pearl Clan, were this the normal course of events, that frenzied Cleaver would be calmed by a nice serving of his two favorite foods. I do wonder, is it possible the aromas or some other components of these foods might combine in a way that that could not only calm Cleaver down, but draw him back from the frenzy? But by your own report, even Cleaver's warden, who looks after Cleaver and knows him well, can't approach him in his current state. It'd be a fool's gambit to get close enough to offer him food. Give me a moment if you would, I need some time to ponder this. There ought to be something in my research notes that can help. Eureka! I'll simply have to throw the food! You're quite the arm for throwing things, haven't you? Might I suggest you take Cleaver's favorite foods and throw them at the Pokemon? Sorry, what? It's all coming together. We can use our skill in ball crafting to shape Cleaver's beloved foods into balls, then throw them to achieve the same calming effect but from afar. A brilliant idea if I do say so myself. As for what to call these yummy projectiles. How about tea time balls? Puts one in mind of a nice relaxing afternoon tea, does it not? Are you sure, Professor? They're your inventions. Why not call them Laventon balls? My, with that name, it sounds like I'm the one being launched at our frenzied friend. In any case, you can rely on the Pearl Clan to gather the necessary foodstuffs, correct? They should hurry back to Grand Tree Arena and tell the Pearl Clan about our brilliant plan. You're off to the arena. Best set out from the Heights camp, eh? This really is just yeet things the game. Not that I'm complaining, because that's fun. I swear if we start yeeting the Pokemon themselves, like, they're not even in their balls, just the, like, you just, like, imagine a Pikachu on the ground, just take the Pikachu, chuck it. I swear if we do that, I'm gonna laugh so hard. My, that Galaxy Hall is one fine building, even from the outside. The Galaxy team certainly got themselves a grand headquarters, I'll give them that. Yes, I came because I had some interesting news I thought you might be interested in. Better you actually see what's going on, though. Let's head to, what'd you end up calling it, the Heights camp? I spoke to Wydeer about what's been going on. I told him how you've been trekking all over the fieldlands seeking a way to quell Cleaver's frenzy. All this from someone who's not even part of the clan or the Pearl Clan. Just some wanderer who fell through a rift in this world. And hearing that, well, you can see how he responded. I trust you appreciate it. Wydeer's found you worthy, you see, which means you'll need a flute like I have. Mind demonstrating? It's time. This is very important, so learn well. This is a Celestia flute that Mai just played. It's a precious tool that can be used to call on Wydeer so you can ride on him. It said the Celestia flutes were gifts from Almighty Sino itself, and now this one's yours. It's not that grand a gesture, really. I can't play the flute for the life of me. See if you can play the melody. Just immediately puts him to shame. Wydeer opened its heart and learned well the sound of your playing. You received the Mind Plate from the Wydeer. When used on certain Pokemon, it allows the Pokemon to gain the power of the Psychic type. Now use the Celestia Flute wisely and gallop across the land with the Wydeer. You got a frenzied Pokemon to quell at the arena, haven't you? With Wydeer, you can gallop across the fieldlands in no time. Whee! Jeez, kid, I didn't mean every 5 seconds. Holy crap! This is what happens when you give a teenager magic powers. Consequences of your actions. Heard you have a rare ability to dash over hill and vale on the back of a Pokemon, yes? Why not try your hand at a balloon race? It's a game I invented myself. It's simple, really. You need to burst as many of my adorable balloons as possible while riding a Pokemon. If you manage to burst 17, that'd be an impressive start. You can find me here anytime, so let me know whenever you feel like testing your skill in the balloon race. I'm a balloon! I'll take it. Gonna make this everyone's problem now. Sadly, the deer can't go in the water. Time to fight Spoon Man. Hey, it's a Mr. Mime! No! Well, you're gonna die, Dartrix, I'm sorry. Wow, he dodged. Get in the ball! How are you still alive? Wow, this one's just really gonna go kicking and screaming. Haha! Lug's Raid. Oh, that's an alpha. Oh gosh. Gotcha can knock you off the deer. Oh boy. Whoa! This one's being stubborn, eh? Into the ball with you. Okay, so even the deer isn't invincible. It's like that's a BS. I won't stand for this. It's like, why would I? Just save right before that, so... The magic of saving the game. Alright, take two. It's like, why did I never learn how to swim? Yeah, I was gonna say, the protagonist well, okay, not the protagonist, the Y deer fell in the river, and then the kid drowned because they can't swim. It's like, what is the deer even for? Okay, so yep, that's where that leads. That's a pretty long cave. So you say your galaxy people came up with a method to try to quell the Lord Cleaver's frenzy. What? You mash up Cleaver's favorite foods into balls so you can throw them at him? That's quite an unorthodox approach. You galaxy people, your inventiveness just blows me away. I mean, now you can make offerings to Lord Cleaver from a safe distance. I'll lend you my aid if it means we can provide Cleaver with an offering. Let's begin at once. Hold on, Leon, don't get ahead of yourself. Whatever the plan is, you need Cleaver's favorite plump beans. I brought him as promised. I forgot. My apologies, Arita. Forgot about you. I admit, as we haven't been able to solve this ourselves, it seemed to have little choice but to turn to the Galaxy team. But even I have my doubts about whether we should entrust such a thing to an outsider. These Galaxy team people don't share our customs or values. So to prove to me you're worthy, I'm gonna try to kick your ass. If you can defeat Glaceon and me, I will entrust you with Cleaver's fate. Will you battle us? Then allow Glaceon's true strength to chill you to the depths. Sick 'em! Wow, almost an insta-kill. The bat can evolve. I see. Balls are simply your tools of choice, not products of disregard for Pokemon. You still understand the Pokemon that you've caught and treat them as partners. I feel better putting my trust in you now, I think. Let me see to your Pokemon's wounds. Now explain the Galaxy team's plan. What do you mean to do with these foods? So because you have to keep your distance, you'll mash them together, ball them up, and try to quell his frenzy by throwing them at him? Interesting, so you develop soothing balms of sorts to calm our lord. Very well, if it helps soothe Cleaver's frenzy, let's make these balms with our very hearts and souls. They are a veritable mountain of balms. This should please Clever if anything can. Now, ready yourselves, and I'll summon our mighty Cleaver, Lord of the Woods. As am I. Mighty Cleaver, Lord of the Woods, though it isn't time for the ceremony yet, we prepared an offering of your favorite things. Benevolent Lord who works his might between the heavens and earth, we offer our gratitude, and beseech you, reveal yourself to our eyes. Listen well, keep your focus on Cleaver. Dodging will be vital. Try to avoid his moves as you're throwing the bombs. To claim victory against a noble Pokemon and quell its frenzy, you'll have to throw bombs until the frenzy gauge reaches 0. If you manage to create an opening in a defense, you'll be able to send out your Pokemon to battle against it. Win the Pokemon in battle, and the noble's guard will stay down for a brief time. During that window, bombs will be more effective than usual, so throw as many as you can. It can't evolve right now because you're in the middle of a crisis. Yeah, level up. You received the insect plate. Bye! What happened? Some kind of light erupted from Cleaver's body. Has Lord Cleaver's frenzied mind truly been put at ease now? Does this confirm the strange lightning that was to blame for Cleaver's unnatural power? Well, it's what I think after all I've seen. We know strange lightning came from out of the space-time rift the other night. Those bolts must have struck Cleaver and driven him into his frenzy after all. The lightning came from the space-time rift, but if Almighty Sinnoh really does dwell beyond the rift, then the strange lightning, it was indeed his power? Then are we even right to try to interfere? I happily went along with this plan to create some bombs if I knew what I was doing like some kind of thoughtless fool. Outrageous. Calm yourself, Lee, and remember the Lord of the Woods has long been our protector, keeping the Pearl Clan safe from dangerous Pokemon that might harm us. Would power sent by the true Almighty Sinnoh have driven Cleaver to turn on us and attack people and Pokemon indiscriminately? I doubt it. What Gabby accomplished just now, it needed to be done. I'm glad we could settle this without further strife with the Diamond Clan or the Galaxy Team. You come across other Pokemon in the grip of this painful frenzy, please help them. Yeah, fine, I concur. I apologize for becoming briefly incomposed. I'm grateful for what you've done for my lord. Please take these on behalf of the Pearl Clan. Consider it my apology for having spoken rudely to you earlier and as token of my thanks. Let me care for your Pokemon as well, in appreciation for fighting on our behalf. I think we finally come to believe that you truly did fall out of the sky, though I still can't imagine the reasons at play. And it seems we've settled things here, though between you and me, I wouldn't mind seeing Lord Cleaver in such a frenzy again. He was fearfully strong after all. Time to evolve the bat. You quelled Lord Cleaver, you say? Well done and bravo! Time to head back to the village and report to the commander. I saw the light fading into the sky. You must have quelled the Lord Pokemon. What do you have there? Could it be? Ah, those are two of the fabled plates of old. Please let me have a look. I see there's some letters carved into them. Let's see, the one says, "Where all creation is born, that's the being's place of origin." Seems to be a phrase from a very old myth. How'd you come across these? I see, so you were given these plates when you impressed Deer and Cleaver. This is quite something indeed. My heart's practically racing with excitement. It's my guess you find more plates like these scattered across the continent. If we were to gather them all and decipher the scripts on them, we might uncover something absolutely amazing. The mysteries of the past, they tickle my curiosity. What a joy to be alive in such times. Well, I must be on my way. Until next time. Well done! I've already received the reports of your exploits. You successfully quelled Cleaver's frenzy, restoring peace of mind to the people. You're a stranger to us, one who fell out of the very sky. Yet you've served the Galaxy team admirably. I admit you've earned yourself some degree of recognition, but things are not settled yet. I've received word there's other Pokemon nobles falling prey to such frenzies elsewhere in the continent. So carry on with your research and survey duties and prove you're truly an asset to us. That is all, you're dismissed. Your fellow Survey Corps members are likely at the Wallflower. Go and join them. Benny, old chum, the usual order. 3 servings of potato mochi, please. Oh, if there's anything else you'd recommend, bring it out. The whole village is gossiping up a storm our young friend, you know. She's got quite some luck to have come back unharmed after facing off against that Cleaver. I dare say Gabby was well prepared. She was in a quick study of how Cleaver moved in battle from what I heard. Oh well, it was a very good show. A victory well earned. Going to work in the fieldland should feel a lot safer now thanks to you. And if you want to feel even safer, try to make some of these. Benny taught me how to make them, so I wrote out his directions into a recipe. Smoke bombs! Lovely! And now that we need not worry about being mauled by Cleaver either, let's take our chance to study all the Pokemon that call the Obsidian Fieldlands their home. I've been waiting for you. My name's Vessa. There's something really important I need to tell you. Will you come with me? Oh, I was about to sleep. This is kind of a secret, but something terrible has happened. The continent's in a whole lot of danger. Hundreds of years ago, a being that brought calamity to the region was sealed away by someone using the power of a strange magic. But now, for some unknown reason, the magic has come undone and the seal is broken. I hate to think what might happen at this rate. So please hear me out. I need you to restore the broken seal. Thank you. I'd be happy if you believe me. I just knew you'd be willing to help. This odd keystone's for you. Keep it safe. After the seal was broken, a whole bunch of wisps scattered across the continent. 107 of them in total. With the odd keystone I gave you, you'd be able to gather them all. See, the wisps are normally invisible, but not to the holder of the odd keystone. I know it's a huge task, but please, you just have to gather all the wisps for me. There's one real close to where we are now. How about you start with that one? See that flame hovering over there? Try touching it. The wisp has been absorbed into the odd keystone just as it should have been. Thank goodness I picked you to help me with this. Come talk to me if you ever need help finding the remaining wisps. And one last thing is, if you gather more and more of them, I'll give you rewards as thanks. I'll wait here while you carry out your search. Good luck. The next day. Wow, the Galaxy Team hairdresser really is, dare I say, cutting edge. Oh, hey, you're that person who quelled Cleaver, aren't you? Yeah? I knew it, you got quite the reputation, you know. I mean, you quelled one of the almighty Sinnoh's chosen ones. Some people are actually kind of scared of you for doing something so bold. I'm Arizu, by the way. I'm a warden of the Diamond Clan. My special skill is giving haircuts. Really nice to meet you. Oh, Snippet, I came to talk to your Mr. Kamado. See you around. Alright, that's where we'll wrap it up for today, and then we'll continue that up in about a week and a half when I'm back from my vacation. So let's go find a raid target. Let's go raid Junie. Alright, cool. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in about a week and a half. Take care, and you've seen me play it on stream, but if you haven't seen late game Dragon Quest 11, don't go onto the stream. That's where she's at right now with it. See you then.